Alright, you're hearing the voice of Mr. Breen, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Latin noun morphology. Now, before your head explodes because of all these big words, let me just point out, Latin is the language you have elected to study. Noun is a person, place, or thing, and hopefully you remember a little bit of that. And morphology is a big word you've probably never heard before, made up of two parts, both of which come from Greek, actually. There is ology, which you've seen a lot, which means study of, and there's morph, which means form. Form. It's almost like if you rearrange those letters in morph, you'd get form. But we're going to be talking about noun forms. Now, before you start thinking that Latin is crazy difficult because we have to think about word forms, consider this. English is actually much, much crazier, as I'm going to remind you a lot of times. We actually use different forms of words to make them singular or plural. And so what's the plural of boy? Okay, that's easy enough. Boys. We added an S. Okay, good. Champion. Beach. Beaches. We added an S, but we also needed this E here. Okay, curious, but not that difficult. Then we have childs. No, children. Ren. Okay. And then we have mans. Manren. Manas. Okay, well, it's men. This time we actually changed a vowel in the word, and if you did not grow up speaking English, that makes you look like that. Okay, when we're talking about Latin, we're not going to start off with singular or plural. Don't worry, if you're the kind of person who worries about that sort of thing, we'll add that to your toolbox soon enough. But for now, we're going to stick with a different kind of ending, because Latin needs endings not only to tell us about singular and plural words, but also whether your noun is the subject of the sentence or the direct object of the sentence. That is, whether the noun is doing the action of the verb or receiving the action of the verb. So, on the left-hand side, we have Horatia, Quintus, and Puer, a boy. And these are all subjects. Okay, they end in different ways, and I'm not going to have you worry about that right now. But if you look over on the right-hand column, you have Horatiam. Okay, we added an M. Quintum, we replaced the S with an M. And then Puerum, we added a UM. But the common element here is an M. Easy. No rens. Okay, no, changing the vowel. Okay, we don't have to do any of that. But these are going to be direct objects. Alright, and if you're interested, and we'll get to that later, these are technically called nominatives. It's the nominative case. And these are called accusatives. But what you really need to remember is that the ones on the left, the ones without an M, no M, not nam, no M, there's a space there. And over here on the right, the ones with the M's, those are accusatives, those are direct objects. That's what I want you to remember.